Welcome back, everyone. Today's deep dive is something I've been thinking about a lot lately. The power of evangelical drama.
Interesting.
And I have to say, the text you sent over has really got my wheels turning.
Yeah, it's something that a lot of people, I think, have misconceptions about.
Yeah,
People kind of think of it as just entertainment,
right.
but it can be so much more than that.
Yeah, one of the things that really struck me in this text was how it described
Hmm.
evangelical drama as like a mirror,
Oh, yeah.
reflecting these, you know,
Yeah.
biblical stories and moral struggles back at us.
It's not just a retelling of stories.
Yeah.
It's about using those stories as a way to prompt a deeper reflection.
Yeah.
Imagine you're sitting in the audience, you're watching these characters on stage, and they're grappling with these, really complex issues.
Yeah.
Temptation, forgiveness, redemption.
Yeah.
These are things that we all struggle with. It's
Right.
the human experience.
Absolutely.
And what's so powerful about that is that it allows the audience to really connect with those themes
Right.
on a personal level.
Right. And you can't help but think, how would I handle that situation?
Exactly.
What are my beliefs?
It holds a mirror up to you and asks those tough questions.
It does. It really does. And so it's not just passive entertainment, right?
Yeah, not
They're actively engaging and thinking.
Yeah, you're forced to confront these things.
Mm-hmm.
And that can be really uncomfortable sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's in that discomfort that I think we really grow.
Right. It's like a springboard for introspection.
Exactly. And that introspection is so crucial for spiritual growth.
Totally.
It gives us a framework for understanding our values, facing our fears, and ultimately strengthening our faith.
And you know what else I thought was really fascinating?
What's that?
Was how the text emphasized the cultural relevance of evangelical drama.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just stuck in the past, right?
Right.
It's actually bridging this gap between these ancient teachings and the very real issues that people are facing today.
That's what makes it so powerful. It's not afraid to tackle those tough topics. The things that people are really struggling with in their everyday lives.
Yeah.
Mental health, addiction, social justice.
Yeah.
These are all things that are relevant to the gospel message.
Right. And it's showing how faith is relevant right now.
Absolutely.
It's not some abstract thing. It's something that you can apply
Yeah.
to your life today.
And it makes it feel more tangible.
Yes.
It's not just someone preaching from a pulpit.
Right.
It's weaving these messages into stories that people can really grasp.
Yeah, it's meeting people where they are.
Exactly.
And I think that's so important, especially in today's world,
It's essential.
where, it can be easy to feel disconnected
Absolutely.
from your faith,
Yeah.
from each other.
Yeah, I mean, by addressing these shared human experiences,
Mm-hmm.
evangelical drama, it builds those bridges. It creates empathy and understanding.
You know what really stood out to me in this text? Was the emphasis on community building.
Oh, yeah.
The process of creating and performing evangelical drama
Yeah.
really seems to bring people together in this unique way.
It's inherently collaborative.
Yes.
You've got the actors, the directors, the writers,
Yeah.
even the audience. Everyone's coming together.
Mm-hmm.
They're sharing this experience,
Yes.
exploring their faith and their values as a group.
It's powerful.
And in a world that can feel so isolating sometimes,
Yes.
that's really, really special.
It is. It's like creating this pocket of connection and shared purpose.
Yeah.
Where people can support each other and grow together.
Absolutely.
And speaking of sharing, this text also discussed how evangelical drama can actually give individuals a voice
Oh, yeah.
to share their own personal stories.
It's about saying, hey,
Mm-hmm.
your story matters.
Right.
Your struggles are valid. Your triumphs are worth celebrating.
Mm-hmm.
It's about empowerment,
Mm-hmm.
finding your voice.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it can create a ripple effect, right? When someone sees their own experience reflected on stage,
Yeah.
it can inspire them to share their own story,
Mhm.
to advocate for change,
Yeah.
or even just reach out to others who might be struggling.
Exactly. It's really powerful.
It's validating individual experiences,
Mm-hmm.
but also inspiring this collective action and a sense of community.
You got it.
And then talking about empowerment.
Yeah.
This text also talked about how these stories can inspire incredible courage in others.
Oh, yeah.
Like you see these characters demonstrating such resilience
Mm-hmm.
in the face of adversity.
It's inspiring.
It is, and it's almost like a call to action, to
Yeah.
stand strong in your beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
to fight for what's right, to resist those pressures to conform.
Especially in a world that can feel so overwhelming. Seeing those examples of courage on stage
Yeah.
can give people the strength to do the same thing in their own lives.
It really resonated with me when they talked about needing safe spaces for vulnerability and honesty.
Yeah.
Because that's where real growth happens, right?
Absolutely.
And it seems like that's exactly what evangelical drama can provide.
You know, you see these characters on stage, and they're wrestling with their doubts, with their fears,
Hmm.
with all of life's challenges.
Yeah.
And that creates this environment where the audience can feel safe to express their own vulnerabilities too.
Right. It normalizes those feelings.
Yeah.
It shows that it's okay to question, to
Correct.
struggle, to not have all the answers.
To not be perfect.
Yes.
And that can be so healing, both for the individual and for the community as a whole.
It's all about feeling seen and heard and understood
Yeah,
within a supportive environment.
absolutely.
And that sense of community doesn't have to be limited to just one generation, right?
Right.
I thought it was so interesting how this text talked about evangelical drama connecting younger and older generations.
Yeah, it's this really unique ability
Within the church.
to bridge those generational gaps.
It's amazing.
You have these different generations coming together, sharing their wisdom, their experiences, learning from each other.
Supporting each other.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It really enriches the entire community.
And imagine younger generations being able to learn from the wisdom of their elders while also sharing their own unique insights and creativity.
It's this beautiful tapestry of faith experiences that can inspire everyone involved.
And beyond just mentorship and collaboration,
Yeah.
it also seems like evangelical drama can really address deep personal, spiritual, and emotional needs.
Absolutely.
When people are wrestling with grief, forgiveness, seeking healing.
These are huge things.
They are, and seeing them explored on stage can be so powerful.
It can be.
Because people often turn to faith
Right.
to try to find answers to
Yeah.
those really big questions in life.
Exactly.
How do I deal with loss? How do I forgive? How do I find healing?
And by seeing those complex emotions tackled on stage,
Yeah.
by relatable characters,
Yeah.
it gives you a way to process those feelings and maybe gain some new insights.
It's like looking in a mirror, right?
Yeah.
And seeing your own experience reflected back.
And that can be so validating
Yeah.
and comforting
Exactly.
to know that you're not alone,
Yeah.
that other people have gone through similar things.
And those reflections can be incredibly powerful
Yeah,
for personal faith.
absolutely.
When you see characters navigating their own emotional landscape
Yeah.
with hope and resilience.
It can inspire you to do the same,
Yes.
to find that strength in your own faith, to work through your own struggles, and come out on the other side with a renewed sense of purpose.
That's powerful.
It is.
It really is. And I think that's a great place to pause for now.
Sounds good to me. And yet one thing we haven't really touched on is the
Yeah.
power of evangelical drama to really challenge stereotypes.
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, there are a lot of misconceptions out there about Christianity. But when you see these stories play out on stage with characters that are complex and relatable,
Yeah.
it can really paint a different picture.
It really humanizes it, right?
Absolutely.
It shows that it's not about fitting into some perfect mold.
Right.
It's about embracing our imperfections
All right.
and finding strength in something bigger than ourselves.
And it opens up this space for dialogue.
Yeah.
It encourages people to question those assumptions and to engage with Christianity in a new way.
And it's not about forcing beliefs on anyone.
No, not at all.
It's about understanding and empathy and just having those constructive conversations.
Exactly.
Speaking of constructive,
Yeah.
this text also highlighted how beneficial evangelical drama can be for people interested in ministry
Oh, yeah.
or service within the church.
It's like a training ground in a way.
Right. They're developing these essential skills.
Yeah.
Public speaking, storytelling, teamwork, all these things that are so crucial for effective ministry.
And it goes beyond just the practical skills, too.
Oh, yeah.
It allows individuals to really explore their own gifts and passions.
Right.
You know, figure out how they can best serve their community and contribute to the church as a whole.
It's almost like this amazing journey of self-discovery
It is.
where people can tap into their potential and find those meaningful ways to express their faith through action.
I love that.
You know what's really stood out to me throughout this whole deep dive
Yeah.
is just how multifaceted evangelical drama really is.
Oh, it's so true.
It's not just one thing.
It's so many things.
It's a mirror for reflection.
Yes.
It's a bridge between generations.
A platform for
A
empowerment.
safe haven for vulnerability.
And so much more.
It's incredible.
It really is.
And it's such a testament to the power of storytelling, right?
Yeah.
To connect us, to inspire us, to challenge us to grow.
Absolutely.
And it really shows that faith can be expressed
Yeah.
in these countless creative and powerful ways.
You know, as we start to wrap up this deep dive,
Okay.
I want to leave you with a question to ponder.
All right. I like it.
How might engaging with evangelical drama, whether you're a participant or an audience member,
Yeah.
enrich your own spiritual journey and your understanding of the world?
That is the question, isn't
It
it?
is something to think about, to explore.
Yeah.
You know, maybe there's a story out there waiting to be discovered, a connection waiting to be made,
Right.
a transformation waiting to unfold.
It really is an invitation.
It is.
To step into this world and see where it leads us.
And who knows, maybe you'll even discover a hidden talent for drama along the way.
You never know, right?
You never know.
All right. Well, I think it's time to wrap up this incredible deep dive.
It's been a really great conversation.
It has. I've learned so much.
Me too.
And I think our listeners have too.
I hope so.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep sharing your story.
Those are words to live by.
And, maybe even be inspired to create your own story.
Exactly. Share your own voice and make a difference in a way only you can.
Earlier we were talking about how evangelical drama tackles these modern issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering if you could maybe give an example of a production that really stood out to you.
There was this one play that I saw a few years back called The Broken Wall,
Okay.
and it tackled the opioid epidemic head on.
Wow.
Yeah. It was through the story of this family that was just torn apart by addiction.
That's heavy.
It was really heavy, but it was also incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
The way they portrayed the characters, the mother's desperation, the father's guilt, the son's struggle.
Wow.
It was just so raw and so honest.
I bet that resonated really deeply with the audience.
It did. You could just feel this collective gasp, when the son finally hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
And then this wave of relief and hope when he found support through this faith-based recovery program.
So it sounds like it offered this realistic yet ultimately hopeful perspective.
Yeah.
On a really difficult issue.
Exactly. And that's what's so powerful about this art form. It doesn't shy away from the darkness,
Right.
but it always points towards the light, towards the possibility of redemption and healing.
Yeah. It's like holding up a mirror to society, reflecting back our challenges,
Yeah.
but also offering a glimpse of hope and a path forward.
And it's not just about providing answers. It's about sparking these conversations,
Right.
challenging those assumptions, and fostering empathy.
Like we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
challenging those stereotypes about Christianity.
Exactly.
Could you maybe elaborate on that a little bit more?
Sure. So there's this misconception out there that Christianity is all about judgment and rigidity,
Right.
but evangelical drama can really subvert that.
Okay.
And there's this one play that comes to mind called Grace Notes.
Interesting. What was that one about?
So it followed the journey of this young musician
Okay.
who was struggling to reconcile his faith with his passion for rock music. And his family was very traditional, and they saw his music as this rebellious thing,
Yeah.
even sinful.
It's a conflict that a lot of people can relate to.
Absolutely, not just within Christianity either.
Right. Exactly.
And so the play really explored these themes of acceptance and forgiveness
Okay.
and finding common ground. And the ending was particularly powerful.
Yeah.
The family finally came to see the beauty in the young man's music,
Wow.
and they realized that his passion was a gift, not a threat.
So it showed a different side of faith.
Yes, a side that's more open, more accepting,
That's beautiful.
and it sparked all these conversations afterwards.
Oh, wow.
People were talking about their own experiences with feeling judged or misunderstood,
Right.
and how the play gave them this whole new perspective.
That's incredible. It sounds like evangelical drama can really be a catalyst for growth and understanding.
Absolutely.
But within the Christian community and beyond.
It breaks down those barriers. It creates connections.
Well, I think we've covered so much in this deep dive.
Yeah.
We've explored the power of evangelical drama to inspire reflection, to build community, to empower individuals,
Right.
to challenge stereotypes, and even to equip people for ministry.
That's right.
It's really opened my eyes to the depth and impact of this art form.
I think it's safe to say we've only just scratched the surface.
We have. There's so much more to discover,
So much more.
to experience. So I really encourage you, the listener, to keep exploring.
Yes, keep seeking.
Seek out those stories that resonate with you
Engage with this community.
and see how it can enrich your own life and the lives of those around you.
Because ultimately, that's what it's all about, right? Connecting with something larger than ourselves,
Mm.
finding meaning and purpose in our stories.
And sharing that with the world.
Beautifully said.
Well, on that note, I think it's time to wrap up this deep dive into the powerful world of evangelical drama.
It's been an absolute pleasure exploring this with you.
It has been a pleasure, and until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, keep growing.